From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, July 11th, 2019. An apparent misunderstanding led to the mistaken killing of a Hamas member at the Gaza border fence, who was actually trying to prevent a border breach. The IDF said this morning IDF soldiers spotted a number of Palestinians in the area of the security fence in the northern strip. An initial investigation determined that it was a member of Hamas's restraint force who had come to the area because of two Palestinians who were moving towards the fence. Further saying the IDF troops who arrived in the area had identified the restraint operative as an armed terrorist and opened fire due to a misunderstanding. The IDF said the incident will be investigated. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his wife Sarah were hosted last night at the residence of the Egyptian ambassador to Israel, Khalid Azmi, in honor of celebrations for Egypt's National Day, also marking 40 years since the historic signing of the peace agreement between Israel and Egypt. And by the way, the Prime Minister is once again on the cover of Time magazine this week with the caption, "The Strong Survive." This is the fourth time Netanyahu has been on the cover of the weekly publication. Well, with the approach of new elections in Israel, various party leaders have been holding meetings and negotiations to discuss teaming up in their bid to unseat the Prime Minister. Candidates have until the end of this month to finalize their slates. Former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, who is leading the newly named Israel Democratic Party, met yesterday with newly elected Labor Party leader Amir Peretz in what seems to be part of Barak's efforts to form a united center-left bloc. Barak wrote of the meeting with Peretz on his Twitter page, saying the conversation was conducted with mutual respect and in a very positive atmosphere, and that the two would meet again soon. Former Hatnu'ah party leader Tzipi Livni, who had left the political scene, also met today with Peretz. Peretz tweeted later that the meeting was very good, warm and friendly, writing that the two discussed political developments approaching the national elections. Livni was reportedly meeting later today with chair of the Meretz party, Nitzan Horowitz. Israel's Channel 13 said that Livni is looking for a comeback, but only if Labor and Barak's new party join forces. Yesterday, Yisrael Beitenu leader Avigdor Lieberman suggested that he would be open to a unity government after the elections comprised of a Netanyahu-led Likud and blue and white party that would include him or not. Reportedly telling the Khan public broadcaster, "I doubt a wide unity government would be formed without me, but I would accept it." Blue and White Party leader Benny Gantz, meanwhile, said today that he too would be open to forming such a unity government after the elections with Likud, but not with Netanyahu at its helm, saying we cannot sit with a prime minister with such suspicions against him, referring there to the fraud and breach of trust charges that are facing Netanyahu. A follow-up for you now to a story we reported to you about earlier of Florida high school principal William Ladson, who last year was said to have told a parent at his school that he could not say that the Holocaust was a factual historical event. When the story broke from the Palm Beach Post, Ladson was reassigned to a district office. Yesterday, Palm Beach County Superintendent Donald Fennoy said he is recommending that the school board not renew Ladson's contract when it expires next June.
Our children need to be taught the facts of our history, period. Our schools can never be fact-neutral environments.
The AP reports that Palm Beach County School spokesman Andrew Ruiz said today that the district's board will likely vote on July the 24th on whether to renew Ladson's contract or not. Israel Aerospace Industries signed an intellectual agreement this week with American aerospace company Firefly Aerospace, enabling the Texas-based group to use the technology of the Bereshit spacecraft that made it to the moon, albeit crash landing this past April, in a new moon mission. Firefly is one of 9 companies selected by NASA to take part in the Commercial Lunar Payload Services, or CLPS. And Firefly is designing a new lander for that mission based on the Israeli craft's design to get there, with the name Genesis, which is the English translation of Bereshit. CEO Tom Markusik said IAI's culture of engineering, innovation, and bold vision make our partnership a perfect solution for America as the nation realizes its return to the moon. An Israeli non-governmental organization was given consulting status at the United Nations. House of Wheels will serve as a guide for the United Nations Economic and Social Council for the social integration of young people with disabilities. The Herzliya-based NGO focuses on the development of social abilities for physically disabled children to help them better integrate into mainstream society. CEO Yonatan Carney said it was a unique opportunity to share with and learn from other countries. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, July the 11th at 7 o'clock, it's Talmud Study. At 7:30, an encore presentation of the season finale of the Jake Ehrenreich Show. At 9, the founding dean and chancellor emeritus of Or Torah Stone, Shlomo Riskin, and its new president, Kenneth Brander, shared their perspectives on women in Judaism and the essence of Torah. At 10:30, journalist David Gregory shares his Jewish journey. And coming up right after this newscast, it's Innovation Israel. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, July the 11th, 2019. I'm Teisha Bader.